Good morning, happy Monday. So here I am today. I'm going to be discussing season finale of Downton Abbey. So, did you guys watch it last night? It was amazing. I took a ton of notes. This is kind of like one of my blog books, and you can see the notes that I took during the show last night. So if you see me looking down, you know I'm kind of looking at my notes because I don't want to forget anything. There's so much that happened in the season, and especially in the finale, that I definitely want to talk to you guys about it. So first off, this is a spoiler alert. If you have not seen the season finale of Downton Abbey, you might want to stop the video right now and watch it later. So go ahead, stop it, do what you need to do, and come back and join the video and the conversation later after you watched it. I don't want to spoil this for anyone. So some big things happened last night. Two of the biggest things: Lady Mary had her baby, and Matthew, which is Lady Mary's husband, died, which is quite interesting. There's been a lot of deaths in season 3. Tons of people have come and gone, and now we have Matthew, who is leaving. So, you know, this is a story of a British period drama where you follow the Crawley family and you also follow their servants. So in the top part of the house is the family and all the drama that goes along with them. And then in the bottom of the house you have the servants who have their own drama, and it's like a whole house full of servants and a whole house full of family, and then you intertwine them together and you got one hell of a miniseries. It's amazing. So last night pretty much takes place in the Scottish Highlands. The family sets off there to kind of go hunting and enjoy time with, I think the cousin, I'm not sure, which is called Shrimpy. And he is in a marriage that is very unhappy, and I think that Robert and Cora really start to value their relationship a little bit more because they see how unhappy the married couple they're around is, and they are just like miserable. So they're in the Scottish Highlands. They have lots of things going on. You meet a new character named Rose, and she is the mother of, she's the daughter of Shrimpy, and her mom is a very overbearing, strict kind of woman, and she doesn't get along well with her daughter, and her daughter is kind of pulling away, and she is going to be joining the Crawleys in season 4 at Downton Abbey. So many things are going to come to fruition there. You can also see that mother-daughter relationship when she comes down, Rose comes down the steps to go to the ball, and she's wearing what her mother thought was a really revealing dress. Actually called her a slut. So you can kind of see how she is being treated. She's young and kind of fresh, and I think that's why they brought her into the storyline. So they're at the ball. Lady Mary looks really tired. She tells Matthew that she's going to leave the next day on the train and head on home. She couldn't dance that well. She's really not showing like you would think. She's a month early. She's 8 months pregnant, and she's still pretty small, but she's heading back on the train to go home because she's not feeling good. When she steps off the train, Anna, her lady maid, if you will, sees that she's not feeling good, and they both realize that she's going to the hospital and that it's time to let everybody know, even though it's early, that she is going into labor. So she gets to the hospital. She has the baby before Matthew arrives, and she's kind of on her own. Her whole family is still in Scotland, so she sent word to them they're all coming back to be with her. Well, Matthew picks up his own car, and it's at the hospital. Anna takes it for him, and as he's leaving, you can see that he's been in an accident, and this is at the very end of the season finale, and he's got blood running from his ear. He appears to be dead, and his name is Dan Stevens in real life. He kind of wanted out of the series. I think he's got some other projects working, so the only way to really get rid of him would be to kill him, because it's really not in his DNA or makeup to walk out on his wife. And it just would have been way too out of character for him. So killing him after he did see his baby, he went in, seen his baby, he was taken back off to the house when he got into the accident. And to me, I think it's funny in a way that he died because, well, not funny, but I think it's kind of ironic that he died because both him and Mary could never really get to the happiness that they both really wanted. It was actually a really kind of sad ending. However, there are 2 new babies to Downton Abbey. Of course, Sybil was the sister who died during childbirth. Her husband, Branson, who was a former driver, which was kind of like a servant, is raising the baby at Downton Abbey at this point. And he's the only living parent of that child. And Mary is the only living parent of the heir to Downton, because Matthew just died. So, very interesting that you got 2 babies in the season 4 coming up who have both lost one of their parents. So, very interesting plot line with that. And then, speaking of Branson, he was having trouble trying to balance being upstairs with the family or downstairs with the servants. And it's a pretty hard balance to figure out. He's starting to learn that he is not a servant anymore. He is a proper man who is a part of this big aristocrat family, and trying to find his way, and it's pretty difficult. Carson, the head of the household in the servants area, is quite chipper in this finale because he has 2 babies. He is bonding with Sybil's baby, who Sybil died, and he is bonding with her baby, and then he is super excited over Lady Mary's new baby. So he was actually very cute through the finale. He was excited with the babies. You can see him carrying around Sybil's baby all through the end, and he's loving her and tapping on her and being a great grandpa. And he's really not a great grandpa. He is just a house servant who has grown up with this family, and he feels like these are his family members too, so it's adorable to watch. Okay, on to Thomas. Now, I know you guys have probably been aware of who Thomas is. He's a little troublemaker. He is a gay man, and during this time, that is very frowned upon. He got caught last week going into the bedroom of another male servant, and a big deal was made about it. He was almost fired. By the skin of his teeth, he stayed with the family. And you can see where he's starting to come around with Jimmy a little bit. That's the one he got caught with. And they're starting to be friends. And maybe something will develop or it won't. But it's kind of nice seeing Thomas in a nicer attitude. He's such an asshole. And I get tired of watching him. But I do love his character. Okay, and there's also a new relationship forming with Dr. Clarkson and cousin Isabel. Isabel is the nurse. Her husband was a doctor. He died. And she is Matthew's mother. So, while the family is in Scotland, the doctor, who had a very hard time when Sybil died because 2 doctors couldn't make up their mind, and he's been dealing with those issues that led to the death of Sybil, and he was leaning on Isabel, kind of discussing what was going on, and it's really nice because I think he's going to be a great help to Isabel because she just lost her son. That relationship is developing, and it should be very interesting to watch. Anna and Mr. Bates are happy as a couple can be. He is out of prison. He was falsely accused of murdering his ex-wife. Anna went on this big crusade to make sure that he would get out of prison, and he did. He's back being the first footman to Mr. Crawley, and he's taking good care of him, and they are doing great. They're one of my favorite couples. I love Anna. And Let's talk about Lady Edith for a minute. So she is back with another older man. That's kind of like her style, and this time it's her editor. She is working now for the first time. She has a job, which is unheard of for the women of this family. None of them work outside the home. Actually, none of them work inside the home too. They just kind of gossip, look pretty, and kind of keep the family running smoothly in their own ways. But she is kind of setting up a relationship with the editor that is her boss. Now, he is married to a crazy woman, and she's in an asylum, and he can't divorce her. She has no idea who he is. But I got a cat down here just bothering the hell out of me. But he is in love with Edith, and it's become quite the drama, and he is pursuing her. You know, she does deserve to be happy, but I'm not sure this is the right one for her or not. I don't think she is suited to be a mistress. She comes from a very affluent family, and mistress just doesn't seem like a title suited for her. So I'm not sure where that relationship's going to go, but she does like the older men. What else we have going on? Okay, Violet, which is Maggie Smith, the grandmother, really came through in helping Rose, which is Susan and Shrimpy's daughter, the one that is kind of rebelling and having issues. She is definitely kind of helping out with her. I wrote down a quote that I loved when she did come down those steps, and that kind of revealing. To me, it wasn't that revealing, but for that time, it was revealing. And she said, "No one can accuse me of being too modern, but I can see there is no crime in being young." So she's understanding that this girl is young and beautiful and just going through her own stuff with a mother that has been way too sheltering, way too demanding, too critical, and she's really kind of stepped out. I don't really think Rose deserved to be called a slut by her mom, but it does show the tension and why she is heading to Downton Abbey next season. Also, Miss Patmore set out to start this new relationship of a suitor who was coming on to her and making her feel great. She bought this new silk top, and then she finds out that he is a womanizer. So she kind of dumps him and is on with her life. The series ends with Matthew dying, and Lady Mary is going to have a hard time kind of getting through that. Again, 2 babies at Downton Abbey, both losing a parent, makes me think they're going to grow up in a great way. Now, from last Sunday to this Sunday, there was a year jump, so I'm hoping when season 4 does start up, and it's supposed to start up in 6 months in the UK. I'm not sure how long it will take to get here, but I'm guessing a good 8 to 12 months before it's on our PBS channels. But I'm kind of guessing that Lady Mary will be back to her old self, and hopefully the kids have not grown up too far, because I think it's going to be great watching them grow up. But as you know, with the series, it does skip, and so they might be 4 years old by the time season 4 starts. Who knows? They could be 10. I have no idea where they're going to start it up again at. But it is a phenomenal series. I think the ending was typical. Matthew had to go. There was no way he could do it other than dying, because it would have been so out of character for him. 2 babies are at Downton Abbey. Thomas is getting along with Jimmy, and they're starting to do really good. Mr. Bates and Anna are in their happy marriage. I expect her to be pregnant pretty soon. What else? I'm trying to think. Miss Patmore and Daisy are still in the kitchen doing all the cooking and figuring out which way they want their life to go. Everybody is in a different direction. Cousin Isabel is in the relationship with the doctor, which should be quite interesting. Again, she doesn't know she had lost her son at the end of the series, so in the new one in season 4, we're going to see her dealing with the loss of her son. We're going to see Mary dealing with the loss of her husband. 2 children being raised in Downton Abbey, which should be fun. You see Sybil in the relationship with the older man. But the biggest news of all, Mary has her baby. It is a boy. He is heir to Downton. Matthew came along. He took his money that he got from his ex-girlfriend's family, which is kind of odd, sunk it into Downton Abbey, and then passed away at the end. So much left unsaid. I'm super excited about this, and you can join the conversation below in the comments. You can check out my blog at kjaggers.com for more info on this. And we will have another chat on Downton Abbey when season 4 premiere comes and we see what happens. So I have a lot of videos coming up for this week. I am working hard to get them done. I'm going to have a look inside my makeup bag. I'm going to have the Gabby video where how to tell when your cat is pregnant. I'm also going to be showing you the birthing box in the coming weeks. I've got all kinds of stuff coming on. I just did a review for the L'Oreal Crayon Concealer, which I'm wearing today, and you can check that out on my channel or on my blog at kjaggers.com again. And I wish you guys a beautiful Monday. What did you think of Downton Abbey? I would love to hear it. Have you loved the 3 seasons as I have? I'm totally hooked. Tell me what you think of the finale if you watched it. I'm sorry if I've spoiled anything for you, but you could have shut off the video a little while ago. So let me know what you think. Bye-bye.